Hey, what is up, you guys? That is Tyler. Welcome back to the Tyler Williams channel, and welcome to another New Japan Pro Wrestling review. Today, we're going to be reviewing New Japan Road. Yes, there already was a New Japan Road show at the very beginning of the year. Not the first time New Japan tends to do this tour throughout the year. Of course, this was kind of the bridging show between the last show being New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion and the next show, which is coming up this Saturday, which is Sengoku Lord in Nagoya. So this was kind of that little go-home show, as one would say, to Nagoya. This was a show I'm pretty sure not a lot of you might see because as you look at the card, it's all tag matches, you know, no huge matches that are happening, not noteworthy or anything. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to explain it to all of you who are maybe just too lazy, can't watch it, don't want to watch it. I'm here to break down to you what happened. I know you're looking at the thumbnail like, oh my god, did Hiromu Takahashi join the Bullet Club? Let me just say right away, no, he didn't join the Bullet Club. Just a picture. Just want to get your thing. Please don't cancel me. I know it's been 10 days since the last time I clickbaited. I'm just telling you upright, it didn't happen, okay? Anyway, that being said, let's get straight into this video. Before I get into these matches, let me just say overall, I thought the show was decent. I don't think you really missed much of anything if you didn't catch this show. So I guess if you didn't think it was worth watching, I wouldn't necessarily say you were wrong, but we didn't get into the first match of the night. Yota Tsuji and Yuya Uemura went up against the team of TenCozy, Hiroshi Tenzan, and Satoshi Kojima. I feel like I'm starting little by little starting to really like TenCozy, and I don't want you guys to think that I never liked TenCozy, but I think when we had the full roster, I was just so used to, like, you know, this team being the New Japan dads, and I would just only see them every so often. Really, I think the only New Japan dad tag team that we saw more often than TenCozy at that time would be Makabe and Homa. And, you know, Kojima and Tenzan, they would come out for the World Tag League, but that's kind of it. You might get Kojima in there with the Never guy every once in a blue moon, but you don't really get to see TenCozy as much. And we've been seeing them quite a bit ever since we came back from New Japan's hiatus back in May, June, one of the two. So I'm really starting to get more acquainted, starting to like seeing this tag team a lot more. Really good stuff in here with the Young Lions, as you would guess, Yota Tsuji, Uemura. They got their near falls, which everyone's clutching their teeth like, huh! I mean, I don't really think we ever got that spot in this match, but the near falls were always really good. Yota Tsuji had his, I've seen it so many other times before. I feel like now kind of cool because it was the Mongolian chops. But, like, it would be when the Young Lions doing a Boston Crab, and then the opposing team would come in, and they would try to break it up with, like, a chop or a punch or an elbow, and then they would just be like, ah, and they would just, like, have the Boston Crab still applied, and, like, as Tenzan came in ring, he was doing his Mongolian chops, and, like, Tsuji wasn't budging, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope. He did it at least like 2 or 3 times before it got broken up, but that was pretty much the coolest spot in the match, I would say. Ultimately, in the end, though, it was Yuya Uemura who got caught with a cozy lariat from Satoshi Kojima and took the L for this match. So Hiroshi Tenzan and Satoshi Kojima winning this match. I would like to think with the role that they're on right now, we could potentially see a TenCozy versus Dangerous Tekkers match. I would like to think maybe sometime during the Summer Struggle Tour. I mean, what other time would we get it? Because I would like to think the way the rest of the year is heading, I don't anticipate we're getting a World Tag League or even a Junior Tag League. I think those are pretty much done and out of the water. I could be wrong, but I don't envision any of those going to happen at the end of this year. And if that's the case, you might want to get some of these tag matches out of the way before we head into Wrestle Kingdom, whatever path they're going in with the tag titles at that point. But that might be something to look into, New Japan. So we then head into the next match. The team of Sho, Yoshihashi, Toru Yano, and Tomorishi versus Gabriel Kid, Ryusuke Taguchi, Tomoe Kiyoma, or wait, back that up. Hey, look, it's Homa! and Togi Makabe. This is another, you know, match. I felt like that was kind of just there. I really can't tell you anything that happened aside from the finish of this match, which was Yano, who had Gabriel Kid on. I forgot what this move is called. I always called it a launching move, but like, slipping my head. So basically, it's like when you have your opponent on the mat, and it's almost like a Boston Crab, but rather than sitting, you're standing, and your opponent's just kind of lying there. It's when you like launch your opponent into something. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know what the name of it is called. Someone comment down below, let me know. Okay, so he has him in that position, and mind you, Yano, as Yano does all the time, unhook the turnbuckle. Turnbuckle's gone. So he uses the opportunity to launch Gabriel Kid into the turnbuckle and then roll him up for the pin. Toriano getting the win for Chaos. Like I said, this match really didn't build much to anything. As I look at the guys in this match, I don't know. I don't think there's any matches that are being built up here. Sho already had his match with Shingo. Yoshihashi made his return. I guess that's really the pinpoint here. But you would think that Yoshihashi might be getting the pin, but no. So I guess we're going back to status quo with Yoshihashi. He's just going to go back to being that guy in Chaos. But yeah, the match kind of just happened. It was just full time. Then we get into the more important tag matches. El Desperado and Doki, or Doki, versus Shingo Takagi and Sonata. This was also a pretty decent tag match. I like the continuity here with Desperado and Shingo. As you guys remember from Dominion, Shingo attacked. Well, he didn't attack. He was attacked by Desperado after his match with Sho, and Despy ended up taking a championship with him. So sometimes in wrestling, one thing happens on one show, then the next show, it's like nothing ever happened. WWE really is the main culprit, but it happens with wrestling overall. On here, he actually came out with the Never Championship, and I'm like, okay, that's good, that's cool. We just need Shingo to come out guns blazing, because it would kind of look stupid if he has Shingo's championship, that Shingo didn't lose officially to Despy, and Shingo comes out, does his entrance, and, you know, just kind of wrestles him. So Shingo needs to come out here. He needs to kick Despy's ass. And when Shingo came out, like, he didn't come out like he didn't dart straight to the ring, which I was kind of hoping for. He didn't dart straight to the ring, but like he was walking down and he's taking a mask off, he's taking a jacket off. He looked like he ready to fuck Despy up. And as the referee is announcing Sonata, which I almost fell asleep on, Shingo started to beat down Despy as soon as the camera panned to him, which woke me up. I started laughing. That was pretty cool. Anytime we saw Despy and Shingo in here was really much the highlight of this match. I'm really anticipating that that's going to be a really good match. Probably not match of the year or anything. But Despy's a really underrated star in the junior division. And I'm actually kind of glad people are starting to take more note of him now after that match with Ishii and New Japan Cup. Also, he had a black and gold mask here, which, oh man, like black and gold Despy. I mean, it gave me Pentagon Dark vibes. Like if you guys remember, back in Lucha Underground, it was Pentagon Junior, and then he like evolved into Pentagon Dark, and then he was Pentagon on Zero M, but whatever. But like that Persona Pentagon Dark, like that gold Taichi mask kind of reminded me of that, which I thought was cool, even though he didn't really, you know, get the win, but whatever. Sonata ended up beating Doki. Are we surprised by this? I don't think anyone is. With his Cold Skull Sleeper. During the little celebration, Despy got into the ring, took it to Shingo for a little bit before seeing opportunity. He grabs the championship, walks off. So Despy still has the championship with him going into Sengoku Lord, which leads him to believe we're probably going to see a title retain. But I'll get into that with my preview, which should be coming in the next few days for Sengoku Lord. But then we get into the next tag match. We had the team of Kazuchika Okada and Hiroki Gyoto versus Pimp Daddy Yuzuru Takahashi and Ghetto. Once again, another okay/decent tag match. Gyoto was really the highlights anytime he was in the ring. When the match started, Gyoto went straight at Ghetto, so it was really Okada and Yuzuru for the better part of this match, which I guess sometimes I tend to fall into the big match fallacy with Okada, where it's like Okada can have great matches as anybody, so obviously he can have a really, really good or even great match with Yuzuru Takahashi. I mean, already happened. With Yuzuru Takahashi. But when they got into the ring with each other, I just got the sense that their match might not be good. Like, I don't want to say it's all on Yuzuru to really bring it, but like, I feel like when we got Shingo and Despy in the ring, I'm like, oh yeah, they're going to kick ass. It's going to be good. You know, later in the night when we got Hiromu and Evil, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be good. I can't wait. But then we got Okada and Yuzuru, and I'm like, ooh, I don't. Now, I think part of this is because I haven't seen a lot of Yuzuru Takahashi singles matches. I don't think I really can pinpoint one Yuzuru singles matches I've seen aside from his match against Hiroki Gyoto in New Japan Cup. But like, I hope it's good. But I'm not holding my breath on it. I'm gonna have low expectations going into that match. Gyoto ended up putting down Ghetto in this match, hitting his Ushigoroshi, followed up by a DTR for the pin. So Chaos wins this match, going into Sengoku Lord. Why did I say it like that? I don't know, ignore me. One thing that happened after the match I didn't like was we had Yuzuru get in the ring. Now, mind you, he got in the ring after Chaos already won, so Okada celebrating. He has his hands on his hips as he's looking at Yuzuru get in the ring. And then Yuzuru stands up to Okada. Now, mind you, the way the camera is panned, it's almost like a what's it called? I took like one photography class. I can't remember almost any terminology in here. But it's almost like a pan up angle, like the camera's down here and then the opponents are kind of up here. So you're getting a visual from the side downward angle. And it just makes Okada look like he towers over Yuzuru. And just the way he gave him that, like, get out of my ring, peasant look. And then Yuzuru got out of the ring. It just made me dislike Okada. Like, I felt like, maybe it's me. I'm pretty sure it's probably just me. But I feel like I'm starting to dislike Okada more and more as these shows go on. I don't know about y'all, but it's definitely me. I think it's definitely me. Let's get on to the next tag team match. The team of Master Wato, Yuji Nagata, Kota Ibushi, and Hiroshi Tanahashi going up against Zack Sabre Jr., Taichi, Minoru Suzuki, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. One thing to note is that Master Wato was the only person in this match that got his own separate entrance, which I thought was really interesting. They're definitely trying to, I hate using smarky terminology, but get the character over. And one thing to do that is to have him come out by himself. I mean, he didn't come out by himself. He did have a Tenzan by his corner. They got kind of almost like a teacher-student dynamic that they started doing at Dominion for some odd reason. I don't know. But that was good. I don't know why they did this because of how the match went, but everyone came out. Suzuki-gun got the attack, as you guessed. In this match, we got some more ZSJ and Taichi picking apart Tanahashi's legs, which I don't know why I like it so much. Maybe I hang out with Joseph too much to appreciate limb targeting a lot more now, but I just loved seeing that. Poor Tanahashi's not going to walk by the time he's 50, but, you know, that's the road he chose. New Japan road. But I'm sorry. Kanemaru and Wato had some really good chemistry in here, so I'm pretty excited for whenever their singles match happens. I don't think it's happening at Sengoku Lord, so I'm assuming that might be a match at Summer Struggle, which looks to be like a 10 show tour. So could possibly see it then. At the end, as I don't think many people really guessed, it was Yoshinobu Kanemaru who got the pin over Master Wato, hitting his diving DDT, followed up by a spinning brainbuster, and he got the 3 count. So Master Wato already taking his first L, only, what? 1 week? 1 week into his singles debut? Yeah, because he debuted last Saturday in a singles match against Doki. Then he had the tag match at Dominion. So this is only his 3rd match, and he's already taken the L. Now, I see some people online are already not liking this. Like, oh, he just came in. They already having him get beat. How dare they? You got to build him up. You got to make him up. Not every single person who makes a debut or return needs to go undefeated for like 18 months. I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't believe that notion for everybody. Some wrestlers, in most cases, yes, but not everybody. And I think Master Wato didn't need to go undefeated for that long, especially if you're building up him versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru at a match where Kanemaru is way more experienced. And, you know, more often than not, people don't actually believe he's going to win the match. I think it actually made it more interesting that he got the pin over Master Wato very early on, because now it adds a seed of doubt to their singles match coming up on if Master Wato can actually beat him. You know, Doki was a bit of a, I don't want to say an easy opponent for him, but at least Kanemaru looks like a challenge now. Because at first, initially, let's all be honest, we all have it pinpoint in our mind that Master Wato was going to win. So giving him the L here, I think that helps a little bit more with the diversion of who might win. So I don't have a problem with this. I think it's perfectly fine. Afterwards, we got Minoru Suzuki and Yuji Nagata battling it out. They had some elbows and strike exchanges. I mean, okay. I don't want to make it seem like I don't like Suzuki and Nagata matches, but like we kind of just had it and they've been feuding since they returned, like the show returned. So I don't really think I'm clamoring for another match right away. So I don't know. I don't think this really did anything for me personally, but that's just me. Then we got into the main event of the evening, the team of Bushi, Tetsu Naito, and Hiromu Takahashi versus Dick Togo, or Dick to Go, as some content creators call him, Taiji Ishimori, and Evil. I'm sorry, I needed to. One interesting note in here was that Hiromu Takahashi came out last. Normally in these main event tag matches, it's usually either everyone comes out with the main guy's entrance theme playing, or you have three guys come out, everyone comes out separately, and then, you know, kind of like the main guys come out last. Normally, you would have, you know, Naito, Okada, Tanahashi, Ibushi, Jay White come out last because they're the leaders of their factions. They're the top guys. I mean, most of the time, I would even say Minoru Suzuki comes out by himself nowadays. Not that I think he really cares. But interesting to note that Hiromu Takahashi came out last. Now, you could easily say this is because he's facing Evil at Sengoku Lord. But I think it's a telltale sign that maybe they're actually getting behind Hiromu Takahashi as a potential contender for, you know, the heavyweight division. You know, one thing I have to note here that I think a lot of people really aren't picking up on is outside of maybe the ring announcement in this match, Hiromu Takahashi going into this feud, New Japan really has not acknowledged the fact that he's the junior heavyweight champion. It's almost like they want you to almost forget or not recognize that the junior heavyweight champion is facing the heavyweight champion. Now, I don't know how to feel about that in one sense, because it's like, are you doing this because you don't want to make the junior division seem like they're capable of hanging with the heavyweight division? Or are you doing this because you want Hiromu to look strong in a sense against, like, there's two ways to look at the situation. And I feel like the one is really kind of negative towards the junior division, and the other one is positive on Hiromu's end, but it still has that little bit of almost like a, you know, push the junior division to the side. Like, I don't know. I still feel like even though New Japan is trying to, you know, mess the open weight class with how things are working out, they still are kind of making that junior division feel kind of less than. That's just how I see things. I don't know how y'all see things, but that's kind of something I've assessed by watching the last few shows and interviews and how they've been really billowing Hiromu. One thing about his entrance also was that when he came out, he was very much looking down, like literally looking down, like just kind of swaying. You know, he did a little smirk at the camera for a second, but then he just got back to being serious, swaying. Like he was plotting and thinking about something. I'm like, what are you up to, Hiromu? Now, mind you, I already had it spoiled for me before I watched the show, but I'm just like, what are you up to, Hiromu? So then we have Taiji, Dick Togo, and Evil comes out. And as Evil gets in the ring, he too sweets his buddies. And then Hiromu starts to walk up to Evil. Now, mind you, Hiromu hasn't taken off his jacket yet. So Hiromu goes up to Evil. He does the slowest strip tease ever. Starts unzipping the jacket. And he starts to unravel it. And underneath, it's a Bullet Club shirt. And everyone's just like, oh. And I'm like, no! Hiromu, what are you doing? But I'm like, nah, that's not. No, Hiromu's about to do some bullshit. So Hiromu's wearing a Bullet Club shirt. It's almost like Jay White all over again. If you guys remember, Jay White was part of Chaos. Then he like put on the Bullet Club shirt with Kenny Omega. And then like Omega. With Omega, and then like 2 seconds later he hit him with a switchblade and then basically joined back with Chaos. Or I think he wasn't, I don't think he belonged to a faction at that point. Maybe he joined Chaos afterwards, but you guys get what I meant. But like literally he puts the finger bang up to Evil's head, then he does it to Naito and Bushi, and Naito's like Naito's facial expression when Hiromu did that, like he wasn't even shocked, he was just like, what? He just looked so confused. Like he even looked like he had a PTSD flashback. He didn't look scared, nothing. He just looked like, I feel like maybe he was in on it, and that's why he didn't look so freaked out or bizarre about the whole thing. But like immediately after it all beat down Bullet Club, so that was a nice little way to start off the match. Evil took it straight to Evil, and one thing I love is that he took off the Bullet Club shirt, kind of ripped it off, and then started choking Evil with it. I'm like, yeah, Hiromu, yeah! Like, damn, Hiromu really looks like a whole, like, Hiromu almost like crossed the bridge like immediately from being like super awesome to being like the best New Japan has to offer at the moment. Like, I feel like there is no bigger, better babyface in New Japan Pro Wrestling right now than Hiromu Takahashi. I'm sorry if you disagree, but it's just a fact. This was definitely the best tag match of the night, but by no stretch in the measure was this a, you know, a really good or great or must-see tag match. I think everything you wanted to see in this match, you kind of got a glimpse of. You got Naito and Evil back at it. You had some little bit of a tongue coating with Evil and Hiromu. You also had Bushi go at Taiji Shimori. To my great pleasure, we had Hiromu and Taiji go at it, which I'm desperately waiting to get another singles match with these two. Nick Togo got some moves in here, which I don't remember anything he did, so I don't know how that is substantial anyway. But everything you expected, you got in this match. By the end, as I guessed it would happen, we had Dick Togo grabbing his rope, choking out Bushi. Referee's back is turned. He's being held back by Taiji Shimori. Evil, who's legally in the ring, gets in and lays out Bushi with everything is Evil and gets the pin. Evil getting the win for Bullet Club. So now Evil has gotten the pin over Sonata, Tetsuya Naito, and Bushi. That's basically 1/3 of... Well, that's a little more than half at this point. Or half. Wait, there's 5 members left, right? Yeah, it's 5 members. So I guess that's a little more than half of LIJ. So next is Hiromu, and then lastly Shingo. As I predicted it would be, they're going to have to... I think Evil's going through all of LIJ first before he eventually drops the championship to somebody. So this is where the... might be nearing the end very soon, depending on how long you want to drag out Evil versus Shingo. I don't think they should go into it right away. Like, I think after Sengoku Lord, if they want to hold off on it until, like, the next big pay-per-view, which my guess would probably be G1 Climax, or maybe even hold off until, like, maybe November, when you want to do King of Pro Wrestling or Power Stroke, whatever happens then. I would hold off on it till then. But Hiromu is next up. He is this Saturday, Sengoku Lord. Can't wait for that match. It's going to be great. Overall, like I said, I thought it was a decent show. Nothing you got to drop to see, but it happened. It definitely was a nice, little follow-up to Dominion, I guess. If you were wondering what's going to happen going into the pay-per-view, this was something that you might take a peek at. So that was a review for New Japan Road. What did you guys think? Comment down below. Let your boy know. I will be back this coming weekend for Sengoku Lord, which is this coming Saturday. I will not be live for Sengoku Lord because I will be in Atlantic City for the weekend. So don't expect a live stream. I would even say don't expect a review the day of. We might get one Sunday because I'm going to be in a hotel. Reception might be very shitty, which is why there's definitely not going to be a live stream. If I do a review, it's going to be from my phone. It's not going to be like the best quality in the world, so I'm just letting you guys know right ahead of time. But if I can't do a video review, there will be a written review going up on my Storyfire account. Once again, I'm on Storyfire. Tyler Mass, search the name, follow the game, all that good shit. But yeah, I'm out of here. Thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. I love you guys always, and I will see you all later. Peace out, guys.